I was listening to a Dick Cavett show in which he had on a very beautiful Hollywood actress, and as she came on, he said something about how really glorious she looked, and she said back, yes, but your wife is very beautiful too. And he said, yes, but I'm tired of her already. Now, this is a joke, and everybody knew that it was a joke, but it builds the resistance. This is something that only a happily married man would say.
So that when a wife says, yeah, I got to be a woman here, you're the man. He's kind of an old shoe, but he's mine. That's a death knell to intimate satisfaction?
Oh, well, not in that particular case, because that's a very small little show of affection, which doesn't get you into trouble.
I'm talking about the attitude. The old shoe, he's always there, you know, he's not perfect, but I love the guy.
Well, that sounds to me, if I understand you rightly, like a smooth compatibility in the living room, and that's a little bit dangerous in the bedroom. Now, people deny this because it is in our society to deny it.
But it sounds like you're calling for a Virginia Woolf relationship. You know what I mean?
No, I don't.
All right. It sounds to me like it really is paradoxical that the most conflict, the people who are always getting into it with each other in a angry way at the party, when the guests say, oh, there they go again, and they go home, they're having more fun than anybody who was at the party.
More fun in particular ways. Let me give you an example. If a coal miner comes home every night and eats his supper and beats his wife and goes to bed. Now this is the epitome of a miserable living room scene. But let me tell you, that kind of bedroom scene will last forever. I wouldn't want it. I'm sure you wouldn't want it. But understand the principle, that the thing that's keeping up that voltage is the lack of communication by other means in the living room.
Well, but can we have your call for an end to this kind of violent behavior by coal miners or attorneys at law?
Oh, yes, it's miserable to live with, and I can't imagine anybody would...
But you're very close to saying it's up to you. You want to have a good time in the bedroom, you better let yourself get knocked around a little bit over the coffee table.
Oh, no, I didn't say any such thing. Silliest thing I ever heard of. Not true. Furthermore, the main problem is not quite on the level that we're talking about. Suppose a man and wife love each other, and they very much like being together, and the living room and the bedroom is fine. That, by the way, is called high romance. It has a maximum life of a year or two. So that will be absolutely grand. But what is going to happen when they get out of bed? You know, that's the funny thing. We're told from the cradle to the grave, be careful who you get into bed with, how you do it, when you do it, how you do it. None of that's of any importance. The thing that counts is how you get out. Everything rests on how you get out.
You mean how you feel when you get out?
No, what you do when you get out. Do you lie there in a... Do you lie
there? It's funny, I
in
never really focused on that particular feature of... I think I know what you mean. I'm not trying to make life more difficult for you, because I know this is a very complicated thesis, but I think I know what you mean. You're suggesting that, obviously, that the way that man and wife interact throughout the day has a direct bearing on how they react intimately.
Well, that's true, but I wanted to finish that other point. How you get out of bed. For instance, are you going to get out with a sweetly smiling Jeanette MacDonald look on your face? That's really quite bad news. You'd better off to get out and say, I don't know, anything. That was wonderful. What's your name again? Something that
as a joke,
that reestablishes the distance between you.
All right, we've got a break here, but let me just see if you're really saying that sex is better among people who don't really know each other?
No, what I'm really saying
among people who have a high degree of anxiety, among people who have a certain resentment toward their partner,
All that's true, but it will lead you down the garden path
Okay.
if you take just those examples.
All right, I promise I'll give you an opportunity to fill in the blanks here, but let's get some more folks on if we can.
Since so many people in the audience seem to be disagreeing a little bit, could you substantiate how you came to these conclusions? Did you do research? What type of people were they done on?
Well, of course, this is from generalized observation on many different levels and by many different people, but I don't want to try to impress you with credentials. I invite you to look into your own lives and across the street at the neighbor and see if you can't validate it for yourself. See what the best couples do. See how they reestablish the distance between them for the whole fun of coming back together again. I'm not sure I made that clearly enough. You think
No,
I need
I
a few
think,
more examples?
All right. It's certainly, you would be against a man and wife living at home and working at home all day long. That would, in your view, I assume, undermine
That would be additional trouble for them because it's an invitation for extra closeness.
Your speech also sounds like an endorsement for traveling salesmen. You know what I mean?
I'll tell you what it is. Not an endorsement. Not an endorsement for traveling salesmen, but an endorsement for remembering traveling salesmen. Traveling salesmen should be brought into the home in symbolic form. You should, like Mrs. John Denver said, she has it in mind all the time that her husband is in a risk position, and that's very helpful.
So that she's more appreciative when he comes home, then, I think, is your point.
Well, that's one of the points, but the impending danger is what is going to help.
I got a break.
Very doubtful.
I got a break. We're in St. Louis with Dr. C.A. Tripp. What do you think about all this? We'll be back in just a moment.